Here's a useful way to think about your sketch before you start. Imagine you've ordered this chair online and it arrives on your doorstep in a big cardboard box. Well, your first task is to sketch the box. I know that sounds strange, but believe me, it's a great starting point. And the reason for this is that it's simply the best way to get the proportions of your sketch to match the proportions of the object you're sketching. Whatever you're sketching, it's important to focus upon the proportions if your finished sketch is going to have authority. Sketching the box with loose construction lines should be a quick process. After all, we might decide the box needs to be taller or wider than the one we've first drawn, so we might take a few attempts to get the proportions how we want them. So I'm mapping out the shape of the chair within the box. I'm thinking about where the various components of the chair are in relation to the box itself. I'm asking myself questions such as how high up the box is the seat of the chair, how curved are the corners, how much does the back lean, where does the lean start, where does it end, where do the legs begin and end. The answers to these questions give me coordinates, and these coordinates enable me to place lines which represent the features of the chair I'm sketching. Watch any of my other videos and you'll see why it's okay to be loose with your construction lines, make mistakes, even redraw them as many times as you like. So as I'm making sense of the object that I'm representing here on paper, I'm making marks that slowly build into a sketch. Once I've mapped out the shape with loose, light construction lines, and I'm happy that I've got things more or less where I want them, I start to darken my lines. Adding this line weight brings my sketch forward, out of the construction lines and to the attention of anyone reading my sketch. Now, before I explain the second phase of the process, don't forget to subscribe below and to hit the notification bell to be the first to see my videos. You'll find everything you need to develop your sketching and push your design skills beyond your expectations. So the second phase consists of adding some marker pen. You might choose to do this with pencil crayons instead. I'm blocking in my colour as a base layer. Before I think about describing form with shadows and highlights, I fill up to the boundaries of my shape with my mid-tone. With that done, I start to use darker tones of the same colour to build shadow. Shadow describes form, since a surface which curves away from the light source will become darker. Any surface exposed to the light source will become lighter. I'm concentrating on the darker tones, the surface is more hidden from the light source, and I'm choosing my markers to describe these surfaces. Where the surface is curved and gradually hidden from the light source, I keep my ink wet and blend from mid-tone to dark. In this sketch I'm using grey pens too to achieve even darker tones. Before I move on to describe the final stage of sketching this chair, I'll just take a moment to invite you to suggest an iconic product that you'd like me to sketch next. Mention it in the comments below and I might choose yours as the subject of a forthcoming video. You'll recognise this chair as the Eames DSW, or dining side chair on wood base, one of my favourites and designed in the early 1950s. So my final step is to add some highlights with a white pencil. This step is the secret ingredient that really brings the sketch to life. I've experimented with lots of white pencils and this is absolutely my favourite. It's chalky and so it makes a strong mark, but it's also easily blended with a finger. I've linked all the equipment I've used in this video in the description below, why not try it out? Don't forget to subscribe, and if you found this video useful, you'll want to click on this link for more.